Hi everyone, Dark Ramos here with the Volume Profile Nerd, here to do my trade review for Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. Today was a good day. I felt like I had a lot of clarity with the market. Only took a few trades and still learning how to hold positions. That's kind of my biggest learning lesson right now is learning to hold positions for a bit longer. Could have definitely passed my prop firm challenge today had I held a little bit longer, but overall, given kind of the day that I had yesterday and bouncing back today, I'll definitely take it. And so just happy with my spots, my trade locations. I did have one loss, and I think I could have improved upon it, and I'll definitely go over that in this trade review. So basically, what I was looking at, I just played NQ today. Just played NQ. And what I was looking at on NQ this morning, and I'm not quite doing my morning prep videos, but I do my morning prep in the mornings, just to do my morning prep. So essentially what I was looking at on NQ, there was a beautiful trade in the morning. We rejected right from this value area low of this 324, 328.22 range. We couldn't find acceptance above, and we back tested off the open. But the reason I didn't take it is because we had data at 10. It was kind of a slow morning. We were oscillating around the open most of the morning. And we had data coming up at 10 Eastern, which for me would have been 9 Eastern or 9 Central. And we just oscillated around the open here. But right up here was the value area low of that 324, 328 range. And we also had this 1 minute range that I drew from yesterday, from Wednesday. No, from that range was it was back from yesterday. Right here. So this range from yesterday in the early morning, we had that range to kind of contend with. So it was just a beautiful kind of spot to take a trade. And I didn't take it just because I told myself data was coming out in like 30 minutes, and I didn't want to risk it. So it just goes to show me like data was, at this point, data would have been 15 minutes away. And in 15 minutes, we dropped from here to here. We dropped pretty much, 131. Like 70 points, 60 to 70 points in 15 minutes. So I guess, a lot can happen with data. And I guess given those levels and the fact that data was coming out, that's kind of a good combination for anyone who was long, maybe in the overnight session, to take profit. Just because, not sitting through data and who knows what the reaction is going to be. So, at least that's the kind of the story I was telling myself. I think it kind of makes sense. Like, data's coming out. People might, given that the fact that buyers couldn't get above this level, sellers might be looking for, there was a gap here too. So sellers could be looking for this value area high here, which was my target initially. I thought to myself, like, that'd be a good trade because we do have this gap here between some hourly ranges, and there's not much in between then. So if I go to the hourlies, we just had kind of that space, and there wasn't much in between that. Sellers filled that gap pretty convincingly in good fashion. And I thought to myself, like, I was kind of like beating myself up a little bit. I was like, oh, why didn't I take that trade or whatever and all that? But I knew just to be patient and wait for the next trade. A lower high or something to set up. And and the other reason, let me see, that was a good trade. Well, okay, so another reason I didn't quite jump on that trade in the morning was because on the daily, we were in between these two ranges on the daily, here and here. And we were kind of holding it here. Like, we held it at the open. We held it at the open, and then we just oscillated above this range. And I was looking for a re-entry back into this range to maybe like get the back test off of it. And it would have worked. Let me see here. Right here. Yeah, it would have worked off the overnight low. I think the overnight low would have been a good trade location as well. We rejected from the open, rejected from the overnight low, and the overnight low was just above this value area high here. So, we stalled at 180.25, and that was pretty much where the overnight low was, and the value area high was just above that. So, I think entering here, 181, my stop goes at 191, so it goes above the value area low. So buyers would have to get back into yesterday's value in order for my thesis to be negated. I think that would have been a good trade location as well. But again, I had, data in mind, and I was like, just be patient, because I am overcorrecting at the moment just because I feel like I need to. And yeah, it's beneficial. I feel like, it's working, and it just, I don't know, it calms, it's like overcorrecting just puts me in a position to be extra picky, if I can put it that way, even though I do want to be slightly more aggressive at times. But at this phase in my development, I feel like overcorrecting is okay because I'm just being very picky for my spots and looking for, or just, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe, who knows, maybe I should be a bit more aggressive, but it's okay. And I'm learning, if I don't get a move, it's okay. I don't know, mixed feelings, because obviously I would have wanted the move. So maybe I could be a bit more aggressive. So gonna look at that, it's just, but also in the mornings too, I'm not, I'd rather wait for trades to set up later. Yeah, it's hard to say. Either I could be more aggressive and just put on the risk, given the levels and given the fact that buyers couldn't get back into this hourly range. There was many things for me to go aggressive, but yeah, I circle back to the data, and that's kind of that might be my biggest takeaway, that prior to data, moves can still happen. So it's just during data is when I don't really want to be in a position. So yeah, that's probably the biggest takeaway there. So yeah, watch the move down. We did get to that target that I had in mind. It was like a 70 point, 60 to 70 point, kind of trade there. But after this, we were kind of beat up on the, the RSI on the 1 minute, 5 minute, I think 15 minute was a bit beat up. And I don't really use RSI, so I'm not going to bring it up here. I just use it up here, but I'm pretty sure RSI was kind of beat up. But more than that was, we got under the regular trading hours low, and I was just looking to see if buyers would stall, because I knew a 15-minute lower high was the more likely scenario. I felt like 15-minute lower high was, where are we? Right here. Yeah. Right here. Yeah. So I felt like a 15-minute, 5-minute lower high. Those were the more likely scenarios. Yeah, we got like a short 15-minute lower high and a 5-minute lower high. So what I decided to do here, and the reason I took this long, I took a long here, and the reason I took it was because, I watched us, we pulled back to this POC right here on the hourly, didn't find acceptance below it, oscillated around here, got we bull braked, then got below again, and I told myself, if we get above this little range, I'm going to go long. So I patiently waited. I do like my discernment on this one, because I didn't jump in at the first sign of getting back into this little range, or even getting slightly above it. So we got to it, rejected a little bit, bounced above it, but right here, this wasn't enough to convince me that we could hold this little range right here. So I waited, we pulled back, oscillated below it, and then once we got back above it and had a little tiny pullback, I entered for the long, because this right here, this break right here was enough to convince me that we could get to this hourly value area high right here, and it was also the value area high of this daily. So yeah, this was the other point of confluence. It was the daily POC here, and I felt like we might hold it to get to the value area high here, and that's exactly what happened. And prior to this, the next trade that I was looking at was a rejection off this value area high, which also kind of coincided with this value area high of the hourly. It was just a bit above, but I knew this was an important level on the daily, this value area high, and it also coincided with this sideways range right here. And I looked for the value area low play right here. That was going to be my next play, and I think I even set my limit order there before I took this trade. But after watching this trade, I felt like, you know, buyers could get to this value area high after holding this daily POC. So this little range right here was my reference. After we got above it, tiny pullback. I entered for the long right here, got risk free here, and then sold my last contract up here under the regular trading hours low. Even though I felt buyers could get up here to this range, that was good enough for me because I didn't know if sellers would hold this regular trading hours low. So I front ran it a little bit, you know, sold it at 15,124, and that was a really nice trade to start the morning. And this next thing that I did, I really like because I knew this play was pretty valid right here off the value area low of this range, which coincided with this daily value area high. So as soon as like we got up there pretty convincingly, like it was like a 5-second stair step into it. And I think it would have been like a 1 minute stair step, almost a 1 minute stair step. Or was it? Let me double check here. No, but we just we pushed up to it pretty aggressively. And once we got to it, I knew we had this daily value area high, and we had this little range from back here. So as soon as we got up there, I just entered right here because I knew if I entered here, my stop would go above here. And I could have set my limit, but I didn't have time. I just saw this move. And as soon as we got close to it, I entered and got the pullback, sold, got risk free here. And then I sold my other contract at the value area high of this sideways action because I didn't know if buyers were going to hold, right? Like buyers could have held this POC and we could have headed higher. But given the pullback on the morning, I mean, Apple pulled back pretty convincingly, NVDA pulled back. I could have held this trade for sure. You know, we couldn't get above the regular trading hours low. And after that, sellers took over convincingly and would have definitely passed my prop firm challenge with this trade. But I did cut it early. Let's see, 115. It was 100 points. So this move here was 100 points. And that would have been a really, really nice trade. So, you know, overall, I'm not, you know, given the day that I had yesterday, I'm kind of back to where like I was from yesterday, which I'm very happy with. And yeah, bringing this discernment into tomorrow, I think that's what I want to do, like being very picky and, you know, hopefully I pass tomorrow. But yeah, just liking my levels, liking my prep, and like that I did take this trade here because it was my original trade that I wanted to take. But I knew that if we were going to get up to this value area high here, this long was valid right here, getting above this little range. So the other thing that I did here, okay, yeah. As this trade was going, I was watching this oscillation, and because I was risk free, I just said no, just wait till you get to target. Like, you know where buyers are trying to get to. Like, don't fret. Like, it's okay. With this trade, I kind of, you know, wish I had a clearer idea. Like, after not getting above this hourly range, I could have figured that sellers wanted to rotate to the value area low down here, and also not getting above this daily value area high. You know, sellers could try to get back to this POC. So I could have held, you know, for like 30 or 40 more points, at least to this daily POC here, which we kind of held for a little bit. Yeah, we held it pretty well, and that could have been my target, like right here, or even down here. Like down here could have been my target, and I could have gotten like 20 more points, I think, on that trade, which would have passed me the prop firm challenge, and that would have been really nice. But yeah, that's my biggest learning lesson now, and it's just something I have to continuously learn. once I'm risk free, just let's look for that target where you think buyers or sellers are trying to get to, and let them, get to it. Or, if you're risk free, then you get stopped out and reassess, type of thing. But for this is how I want to take more of my trades. Where I entered, I knew where my target was, the RTH low. I knew buyers could get here, or at least to this value area low, which was the value area high of this daily range, and close to the value area high of this hourly range. That's another reason I sold along, is because it was close to this value area high of this hourly range, which coincided with this regular trading hours low. So I didn't know if buyers would get above that. So I was happy with cutting it, at 15,124. And yeah, that was a good trade. So yeah, those were the trades on the morning. And after that, because of the day I had, these were both minis, I didn't have a need to trade after that. I said, that is a nice day. That I'm okay with that. Like, totally cool. If I'm going to take any plays today, it's going to be on the micros, and that's it. That's what I told myself, and that's what I did. So fast forward to later in the day, essentially, we pull back, we oscillate, we hold this value area low here of this hourly range, and sellers couldn't quite get to the daily value area low, which was this daily value area low. If I can grab the right one, is let me see. That is from that. Oh, this must be a 5-minute range. Let me just try to okay, 5-minute. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So that little range is from back here. So I should draw the POC here. We couldn't quite get to it, but I'm thinking that's the next place sellers wanted to get to. And if sellers get below that, I'm thinking value area low down here of this daily range, because now we're underneath the POC of that daily range. So yeah, at 14,788. But we do have this little 5-minute here that's been reactive for a few sessions. So yeah, it held here and here, and we'll see if sellers can get through that. Okay, maybe in the overnight session we get there, but we shall see. So yeah, that was, that's essentially what, happened. We held this hourly value area low, couldn't find acceptance below it. We rotated back to the value area high, and that in itself is 100 points. That rotation is 100 points there. But for me, what I was looking at during this is, let me go back to the 1 minute here on the daily. So what I was looking at for the rest of the day, yeah, okay, so here we go. So once we bounced and we got back up to, excuse me, the value area high, or yeah, the value area high of this daily range, and we had this little range, pretty much the range that I was using on the morning, and we had this hourly. I felt like this would be a good spot for sellers to jump back in for the hourly lower high. It would be the hourly lower high on ETFs. So this was my biggest learning lesson today, or another one of my biggest technical lessons today was, I tried front running it again. So I had a limit sell right here at 15,136. And again, it's one of those things where I should realize buyers are still in favor until you see clearly that sellers have stepped in. And for me, like, I just front ran it a little bit too much here, and buyers got another leg up, and I got stopped out here. It was on the micro, so it was fine, but the play would have been here. We got this big pullback, and this is convincing enough given the value area high context and the hourly context. This is a big enough pullback here for me to use this range for the lower high. It was just a nice, waterfall here, and I could look for the lower high here off of this POC or this value area low, entering here at 15,137, or yeah, 137, and my stop goes right up here. So because I front ran it, I did get stopped here, and I saw this, I just didn't take it, and we did pull back. This would have been enough for me to get risk free had I entered at 37. Yeah, I would have gotten risk free on this pullback, and then the trade played out beautifully. My target would have been, let's see, it would have been this POC. Actually, first it would have been this hourly POC right here, and then this daily POC, which is what I did. It's essentially what I did on this next play. So after we get, I took this loss here, but then we get under the regular trading hours low. We hold this little, where was this range from? Yeah, this little range that I actually made a playoff of for the long. We hold that little range. We hold it here, get above it, and we bounce to the regular trading hours high or regular trading hours low. And right here, this regular trading hours low matches up with this value area high of this hourly. And so I knew that would be a spot where I wanted to enter, and it was just a lower high here on the daily, and I knew like getting to this POC, that was my target. So I entered here, getting close to the regular trading hours low, and we right here, let me delete that. We entered there right here. We got to push up, and I entered, kind of front ran it again, could have set a limit, but I felt it was close enough to the regular trading hours low. Entered here, like 15,124. No, I think I did have a limit sell. I had a limit sell here at 15,124. Got filled. Yeah, I did. Pretty sure I did. I remember, because I remember thinking if I was going to get filled. I did. Got filled here. My stop would have been right up here. So we got the pullback, got risk-free here. Yeah, got risk-free here. And then I had a limit cover at 15,102 because it was above this hourly POC and just above this little range that I had drawn from over here. And so I just front ran it a little bit and sold one contract here. My last contract was going to be right above this daily value area high at 1590. And that's another learning lesson for me, is just to let my trade ride. Because at this point, buyers, they hadn't proven anything pretty much the whole day. Sellers got convincingly, the move in the morning, and this was like the hourly lower high. And, buyers just hadn't proven much. So I could have, my target was like right down here. It was a few points away, right down here. But once I saw we got below this range, got back above it, and I saw we held it and got above the value area high, I think here, I just covered it right here. So about 11 points away, or like 10.75 points away from my target, which on the minis would be quite a bit, but it was the micros, so it was just about 10.75 points. So not huge, but it's enough. Like for me, it's the learning lessons of letting my trades ride to target. And actually the biggest thing for me was, and I was thinking it out loud, I was like, why don't you just move your stop out right here, right? If you get stopped out, you'd miss out on a few points, but if you keep going, you could get to target and make those few extra points. And we did get below that and then some, so I left like pretty much like 50 points on the table, because this move was about 50 points. And so those are some good key learning lessons for me. Like my biggest learning lessons right now is to let trades ride to target. After, getting a good trade location, getting risk-free, I could just let the trade ride to target. And, that's my biggest improvement. There's always learning lessons for me. And for me, that's kind of it feels like the theme that's sticking out at the moment, is to let trades ride to the specific target that I have in mind. And I can move stops down if there's a convincing lower high, or if we get below a range, maybe moving it above the value area high, and things like that. So it's going to be the biggest piece for me, moving forward, is just letting trades ride to target. yeah, and that's pretty much it. If I do pass my prop firm challenge on a trade, I might cut it. It's probably not going to be the best practice, but I'll just be happy that I passed it. Um, so so yeah, I'm pretty confident that I will. But knock on wood, it's just one day at a time. Staying focused, staying present, and being picky with my trades and looking at all my levels. Yeah, and staying present in the moment and all that good stuff. So anywho, yeah, I'm just pretty eager to to pass it. That I keep reminding myself that how I got here was because I've been building kind of the discipline and practicing and coming here every day and doing my trade review. So gonna stick with that and doing my morning prep and yeah, one day at a time. So yeah, those were the trades I took. After that, didn't take many trades didn't take any trades after that. And yeah, it was a good day. Played the minis. I think I had those two good trades in the morning, and yeah, so yeah, could have held this definitely for a bit longer. But yeah, that's my biggest improvement at the moment. So yeah, and the other reason why this short was kind of nice is because here on developing value, we had a high volume node right down here. This is where the developing POC was. We got a big move, and the high volume node was here. So we would have needed above average volume here to build another distribution, to get a double distribution, to maybe try for this value area low right here. But given that we had this daily level right here, POC was down here. I didn't pay as much attention to this, but that's something I could pay attention to a bit more, is developing value. Given all that context and, given this little range, could have played that a bit better on this first attempt, waiting for buyers to kind of run out of steam a little bit more and then convincingly get under this range, which they did here, and then looking for the back test here. So yeah, just a good learning lesson for me on that one. But yeah, that's basically all I got, which we shall see if sellers can get down to this value area low, right down here of this daily range. No, that's the 5 minute. It would be right down here. They have to get through this little 5 minute range first, I think. Or yeah, I feel like they would have to get through this because it held a few times here and here. All right, I'm going to drop the POC for this too. Maybe I'll do that now. Let me go to the 5 minute. I think I drew it on the 5 minute. Let's go ahead and add that. I'll quickly do a sector recap. Oops. Okay. It's right here. Great. Yeah, I'll quickly do a sector recap. And look at that. That's just a really nice hold. Hold here. Hold here. Maybe we break below it, and then if we get above, but I'm thinking if we get below this, sellers want this down here, so we shall see. But yeah, so buyers could try and hold this. I mean, tech has been pretty strong, so we shall see. But one day at a time for sure. And looking at all the levels tomorrow and everything. But yeah, that was my trading day. Those were the trades I took. I'll quickly do a sector rundown. So yeah, daily consolidation continuing for SPY. No, we're quite a ways away from weekly consolidation. So, we will be looking for a daily higher low. This isn't convincing enough for me to call that a daily higher. I would call this here more so a daily higher low. It was a quick one too, but yeah, actually, maybe. Let's go to the 2 day. Yeah, I'd rather look for a 2 day higher low. I think buyers have space for a 2 day higher low on SPY. Notable that we couldn't get to this POC, daily POC. So I'm thinking sellers could get here. That would be notable to, down to this range. Yeah, I might draw that out tomorrow. QQQ, daily consolidation continuing. I'm thinking sellers want this POC right here on QQQ. XLF, Uh, Battle for this POC, kind of indecision at this POC. If below, I'm thinking sellers want this value area low here of this daily range. Maybe a little bit of sideways here, but I think sellers might want to get here. IWM, actually XLF, yeah, it was a quick daily high or low. And we'll see if it's a quick daily low or high. So kind of indecision there for XLF. IWM, kind of indecision as well. Bear break with no follow through, bull break with no follow through. Very narrow range, close to where we opened on IWM, but yeah, still daily consolidation for IWM. I would say still, we will be looking for a daily high or low on IWM, so we shall see. XLE, yeah, inside day pretty much. Yeah, good. Probably one of the stronger sectors today, I would say. We opened near the lows and got a good bounce, and then some profit taking near the end. So XLE, I'm not sure what I'm looking for here. Yeah, still tight within this range. So XLE is due for a break sometime soon. Yeah, we're probably looking at 4-month higher lows maybe. Yeah, 4-month higher lows on XLE. So we'll see if we get more pullback. Right now it's looking like a 4-month bull flag on XLE. Yeah, well, we could still retrace another 10% and still be at the .382 retracement on the 4-month. So we shall see. Yeah, I think that's, let me just double check that. From here to here, yeah, it's about 9.78. Yeah, close to 10% to be a 4-month bull flag, or to hold the 4-month bull flag. Okay, XLE, that's XLE. XBI, yeah, bear break. Let's see here. Yeah, we broke bear, but then buyers did. Well, yeah, we pulled back most of the day, but we did get a bounce near the end of the day, and yeah, buyers did buy that dippity dip. Notable that we held this value area high of this daily range from back here. We held it very nicely. We're back into this daily range. Let's see if buyers go for this POC here at 88.82. Okay, that's XLV. XBI. XLV. Yeah, one of our stronger sectors. Pretty much sideways, I think. Was it sideways? No, we got a bounce and then went sideways. So XLV. Yeah, opened here. Wait, we pulled back and then got a nice bounce. So inside day for XLV, we are scouting a weekly lower high on XLV. Nice tightening range. It's been really tight for months now, since for 2 years. Sideways here between 143 and 120. Wow, interesting. So yeah, we are scouting a weekly lower high on XBI. What's the 4-month look like on XBI? Yeah, it's a 4-month EQ. 1 month EQ. Yeah, so XBI is getting pretty tight. We'll see which way it breaks. Yeah, that's XBI. But yeah, we are scouting a weekly lower high. Let's see if it's set here. And then I think sellers would be looking for this value area high here. Maybe we do something like this on XLV. We shall see. XLU on the weekly, also tight. Nice EQ. We are scouting a weekly lower high. That's a nice, yeah, buyers did create space for a weekly higher low. Yeah, definitely. And this looks pretty convincing for the weekly higher low on XLU. Um, so yeah, nice buying of the dip there. We did have a gap down open, headed lower, and then got, some significant buying of the dip. We didn't even get to this value area low here on XLU. And I'm thinking buyers want this value area high here at roughly 67.15. Now, and then we could potentially set our weekly, would our weekly higher low be? No, our daily higher low would be, no, we'd get the daily bounce to then try for the weekly higher low. All right, cool. SMH, nice pullback. I think that was helping the NQ sellers today. And what's this range from? I have a little range here from right here, and we couldn't get below it, but I'm thinking sellers want this value area low here of this daily range from back here. I think sellers want that value area low, and then they might want to hold that, and they might want to hold this value area high here of this sideways action. I'll draw this up tomorrow, or maybe I will draw it up now because that's important for tomorrow. Just add that right in there. Bada bing, bada boom. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at, I might delete this little range here, but yeah, I'll be looking at this value area high of this daily range to see if we can get acceptance back into it. If we hold this area and bounce and get above it, that could be a clue for the NQ buyers, maybe setting that daily higher low. So yeah, going to keep an eye on that. Yeah, if SMH holds that, if NQ gets down to this POC and holds it, we could try for the daily higher low, or maybe try, for another move up, and then see if buyers have more steam, or if they start running out of steam, and maybe create a head and shoulders type look. But we shall see. Buyers are still looking good. Daily higher low could be on the table. So 5-minute oversold. No, hourly oversold conditions are on the table as well. All right, so just going to keep an eye on that. So I used these squares here for oversold conditions. Cool, and along with the levels. So that is the sectors. Now I'll go over tech really quick. So tech, Apple, nice buying of the dip here, or we got a pullback, and then buyers bought the dip a little bit near the end of the day. We're holding, we held pretty much the value area low of, what's this range from? I guess I grabbed all of this. Yeah, grabbed all of that. Must be on the 1 minute that I grabbed it. 15 minute. Maybe the hourly. I must have grabbed it on the regular trading hours session. Yeah, regular trading hours. I think I went to the 15 minute. Yep. So we held this bit of sideways here on the 15 minute. Couldn't find acceptance below it, and got a nice bounce from there. So yeah, that was a nice move on Apple after getting the pullback. We'll see if we hold that, and Apple tries for the the quick daily higher low. Yeah, Apple at all-time highs. We'll see if they keep the move going. But yeah, we are looking for daily higher lows on Apple, and yeah, hourly oversold conditions. Did we get that today? I might have to bring RSI back just for a moment. Indicators, RSI. Let's see. Oh, we did. We did get to hourly oversold conditions, and that marked the low along with this range from over here. And that's why I love VP, because, I used to try nailing bottoms with RSI oversold conditions. Never quite liked it. I like playing off a level. Like RSI with confluence of like Okay, so here it is. Like we have the value area low of that range. We oscillate around it, break below, no follow through. Once we get back into it, or even here, once we get to the POC, make an entry near the POC. My stop goes, however much I'm willing to risk, maybe under here. That's about, 30 cents, 30, 40 cents to make, $2. That's a nice risk reward. This video is going to be long. I'm bringing out everything today. Where's my long box? Right here. So even to get to this hourly pivot right up here, risking, yeah, that's a nice 4 to 1 or 4 to 1, a little bit more than 4 to 1. But then getting risk free could be a 2 to 1 type of thing. But yeah, even here too, like we held this value area high of the range and then got a bounce from there. So these levels, along with watching NQ, like they're very helpful for me. So I like watching them. All right, so got the daily higher low, or no, not yet. That's what buyers will be looking for. Amazon still sideways up here, kind of battling between this range and this range, and we'll see where Amazon lands. If we start more convincing daily consolidation to get that weekly consolidation underway. And Netflix, nice pullback. We'll be scouting a daily higher low. Buyers do want to hold this POC here for another daily higher low. Not ruling buyers out by any means. They could just try for another quick daily higher low in tech. So, going to be watching for that. Google, the sideways range broke bare, or not really. I think we're still within it. So, if I look at the sideways here, we broke below this value area, this developing value. I'm thinking sellers do want this. If we get below this POC, sellers want this POC next. We have a gap right here. So this POC is 114.81 with a gap right below it. At the gap fill is at 113.51. So we'll see if buyers get there. If sellers get below this range, I think sellers could even try for this right here. The value area low here, which coincides with the value area high of this range, and it's the value area low from all this. It's roughly around, 108.39. So I'm thinking sellers could get there if we get back into this range. But, sellers could do something like this, maybe like this, maybe like this. So we shall see. Or maybe just buyers take over again, which would be notable. But we are scouting. We are scouting weekly higher. It would be a monthly higher low. Yeah, we will be scouting maybe a 2-week higher low. Yeah, I would say we're scouting a 2-week higher low on Google. But yeah, that's what we got with Google. Microsoft, bull break, no follow through above this daily range from the all-time highs. We're back within that range and we're below the POC now. So I will be watching this range. I probably could just use this more recent structure, but we're right at the POC of this recent structure and the value area low is here. If we get below this POC, I'm thinking sellers want this value area low with this value area low shortly after. And then I would think sellers would want this range down here if we break through all of this and get below this. But Microsoft will be scouting a daily higher low also. Weekly consolidation or monthly consolidation would not be too surprising. Could be a really nice monthly cup and handle on Microsoft. So we'll be watching for that for sure. Let me draw that out a bit better. Boop. Yeah. So that is Microsoft. We'll be watching to see if we hold this POC. Buyers could, potentially do something like this. Or, I don't know, it could be, if we do this, then could be a head and shoulders type of look. If we have a big enough pullback to then look for the lower high and do this for the monthly to start monthly consolidation on Microsoft. Okay, Meta is, yeah, we're still within this daily range. We couldn't find acceptance below this value area low. Yeah, still setting daily higher lows, you know, higher, yeah, double bottom here, higher low. Thinking buyers want this POC here at 290.48. So thinking, you know, we're holding this value area low, couldn't find acceptance below it. So I'm thinking that's where buyers want next, 290.48. It'll be notable if they don't get there and get below this value area low. Then we have this bit of sideways to contend with. Sellers want through that to get to this, and then if below this, we have a little bit of sideways here. So some nice structures built on the way up on Meta. So yeah, sellers do have a bit to contend with on Meta if we do break this, but I'm thinking buyers want this POC first at 290.48. Tesla, this is notable. So I think this morning I mentioned that Tesla buyers wanted this POC at 279.57. It's notable to me that we didn't get there, and it's from that range is from back here. So it's a bit notable that we didn't get there and we broke below this value area low. So I'm thinking Tesla buyers are running out of steam a little bit with a really aggressive weekly stair step. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get maybe some weekly consolidation, but it could take a moment. I mean, you know, buyers or sellers would have to get through this value area high here of this range to start, you know, a bigger pullback. If buyers hold this again, you know, maybe they do this and we get a head and shoulders type of look. But, you know, there's a little bit of a range here that sellers would have to get through as well. Like they have to get through all of this here to get a convincing pullback. And today we held the POC right here. Let me try that again. We held the POC right almost to the tick, or to the, yeah, we couldn't quite get to the POC today. So it'll be notable if Tesla buyers hold this POC to try for another move up for a quick daily higher low. So daily consolidation is officially underway on Tesla. We did break the low of yesterday today, but yeah, sellers have to contend with this. And then if they get below this, there's not much. I mean, there's these previous ranges, but you know, Tesla sellers would have to break 244.59 to 244.59, which is right. Where is it? 244. Yeah, Tesla sellers would have to break this here for daily weekly consolidation, meaning, yeah, they have to convincingly get below this recent sideways action here and break this here, 244.59. Yeah, and essentially break this daily higher low right here. All right, so that is Tesla. NVDA did get a pullback, but you know, there was some dip buying near the end of the day. Could be a quick daily higher low. I think NVDA buyers still look pretty good. If we break the low of today, tomorrow, that means daily consolidation will continue. If not, it'll be a quick daily higher low. And did we get to hourly oversold conditions on NVDA? We did. We got right to it and bounced from there. So notable, you know, buyers are still trying to set daily higher lows off of hourly oversold conditions. So that's pretty notable to me. And yeah, and maybe sellers try for this again, this range, but I think buyers still look good. If this is the daily higher low and we continue, you know, buyers are still looking good. But we shall see. Maybe we get more daily consolidation tomorrow. Maybe we don't, and we continue kind of, I don't want to say grinding higher, because this doesn't feel like grinding higher. It feels like buyers are just present and people are buying, institutions are buying. Maybe I don't go too into that, but it just feels like healthy buying right now. Like I don't see any real red flags for buyers at the moment. And maybe we do get more daily consolidation tomorrow. I think it would still be healthy for sectors in tech. Like there would still not be a lot of red flags. On QQQ, if we pulled back, right now our retracement is on QQQ. Oh, it's right here. If I can pull it out here, our retracement is it's 0.5. We got close to 0.5 retracement. I mean, so buyers would want to hold here for sure. Otherwise, if we get down to the .65 or I'd say docs or golden pocket, then we do have space for daily lower highs. So kind of key for buyers to want to hold here. So we'll be aware of that tomorrow, and let's go to NQ and look at that as well, because it could be slightly different or maybe the same. Let's take a look. Yeah, we are just above 0.5, not that close to 0.5, where we're pretty above. I mean, if buyers hold here or hold this daily or this 5-minute range here, and then bounce from there, that'd be that would be holding the 0.5 essentially. But if sellers do target this, then that's I think that's a golden pocket retrace. Yeah, that value area low matches up pretty much exactly with the golden pocket retrace. And if we do get to this little range here, this little 5-minute range, that would be the 0.5 retracement. And I think buyers could still try for a continuation. But we are past, 0.328 and between 0.382 and 0.5 is kind of like, I would say, the sweet spot for buyers to try and hold, if I can put it that way. But if we do get to this daily value area low down here, that's the golden pocket, and sellers do have space for daily lower highs, and then we might be looking at a weekly lower high after that, or a monthly lower high. I should say monthly lower high after that. So we did get 0.382 retracement on the monthly, and then on this bounce we got to the 0.65 retracement. So potential for a monthly EQ for sure. Could do something like this. Oops. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so that is a scenario worth keeping an eye on. Unless buyers can keep going, type of thing, where they could, another potential scenario is a monthly cup and handle. Doop, doop, doop. That's another scenario. Let me try this. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So we'll see. Buyers, I still feel like buyers are kind of healthy at the moment, unless we break this little bit of range tomorrow and head to this value area low, which is probable. I mean, it's a potential scenario because we got back into this range, got below the POC. I think sellers do want this value area low. If they don't get there and hold this little bit of range, that'll be very notable, and it'll show me that buyers are still in the mix, and will give me, I think, some good context and some good information. But buyers would need to get over this POC as well to convincingly, try for that daily higher low. So we shall see. And it'll be notable. Sellers can't get there and hold this here. All right. So that is my trade review and kind of market recap for the day. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next trade review. I didn't go over ES that much, but I'm sure ES had some good levels. On ES, let's see. ES had some nice levels here. Wow. We held on ES, held the value area low of this hourly range right here, got a nice bounce from there to this value area low of this hourly POC of 816, 817.22, and we held the 613, 614 value area low down here, and we held it here, got a nice bounce from there, couldn't get back into this 225, 422 range. And on the morning, we rejected right from this daily POC and got to the POC of this range right down here, which was 43 to 14. It's about 30 points here on ES. That is very nice. Yeah, about 30 points. Very nice. Or 120 ticks. Cool. So yeah, that was ES. And and then we bounced from this POC here back to the POC here, and then had a nice pullback from this POC back down. So 2 times could have gotten 30 points on ES. That would have been very nice. All right, and some ranges here I had drawn from yesterday. This was Tuesday. Let me see, 8. Oh no, this happened in pre-market. Yeah, this was from yesterday. And today, wow, NQ was definitely, I think, a lot more volatile than ES. Oh, for sure. ES had a pretty small range, 22 to 05. Yeah, ES had maybe a 20-point range today, but still, yeah, we pulled back, bounced, couldn't get back into this range, and pulled back to this value area low here. All right, so I'm guessing that was because top left. Yeah, that was because XLV was holding up. XLV was holding up SPY a bit better. XLF and XLV were holding up SPY, and tech was the weaker sector today, for sure. I'm not going to bring up the NQ divided by ES chart, but if I did, it would look, like, let me see if I can do it real quick. Actually, I think I have the layout. I'll just load it real quick. Load layout, NQ divided by ES. Yeah, this is NQ today. Whoop. A lot weaker than ES or SPY. Or QQQ was a lot weaker than SPY, or NQ was a lot weaker than ES. All right, so yeah, that was my trade review for today and kind of market overview of the day. Thanks everyone for watching, and same time tomorrow. See you same time tomorrow. Thanks.